YouTube, and welcome back to Chef Lethal Plays Path of Exile Slow Walkthrough Series, Episode 7, Season 2. I'm your host, Chef Lethal, and I'm hiding behind... Is that a fish? It's a fish. Okay. Anyway, when we last left off, we did a bunch of stuff, and now we're back. It is literally moments in real life after I recorded the previous episode, because I'm trying to get a few done today so I can start working on that backlog. Okay, so oh yeah, every few weeks they have a stash tab sale. If you're interested in buying a stash tab or 2 or 3, consider waiting for there to be a sale, because chances are there will be one coming up very, very soon. Right, so our duelist is a level 15 now, and we are going to be heading through the area here. We have to go to Merveil's caverns and slay Merveil. So for that, I'm going to hit C and check my defenses. I've got 48% cold resistance. It's actually really good. 41% fire res and 31% lightning. We don't talk about chaos resistance, especially in Act 1. I don't even think you can get whatever it is I just said. Chaos resistance this early in the game. Right, so I'm going to trade out my 5th flask slot. I had a Quicksilver. Look at this, 35% to all elemental resistances. If I can just make sure that stays up during the fight with Merveil, we'll be golden. Speaking of Merveil, let's go find her and slay her. Here we go. Oh, and she's singing creepy songs to you, so that's how you know that it's real. Sometimes it's hard to remember. This game is technically, I think, under horror. It can be difficult to remember that sometimes. I'll take that topaz ring. Topaz has implicit values to give lightning resistance. Remember we talked about implicit modifiers previously in a previous episode. Okay, so here's a little fun factoid about me. More often than not, I find all of the dead ends in this game. In fact, there was one league I almost quit, and I hadn't even made it through the campaign one time because it was just taking me so freaking long to get through because I kept finding all of the dead ends. It was really, really heartbreaking. Okay, so we have another essence mob here, and essence monster. I'm going to clear up the field first to make this as unfair of a fight as possible. Okay, I'm going to do click, click, and click. And it's got hasted, hinder aura. Alright, you got to watch out any ailments that you get. If you start bleeding, you start to hear kind of like this perpetual squishy sort of sound. And if you move while you're bleeding, I'll try to point out next time I see that I'm bleeding. If you move while you're bleeding, you actually take more damage. And obviously you don't want to do that. Right, that was relatively easy. It just took a little bit of time, but not bad fight. A trapped treasure chest. I wonder if we get any... Oh, there's a mini-boss. That's cool. The daughter of Merveil. Please stop shocking me. But because we have resistances, we can kind of tank some of those hits. What kind of armor do we have on? 39 and 37. That's fine. We'll continue. Quicksilver. Boop, blink through those guys. Don't want to fight them. I see the doorway, so let's head right over to it. Oh, I'll embrace you. Don't you worry. Here we go. So I gotta remember to hit 5 as I'm fighting her. I'm gonna have to get to her. It's I gotta keep reminding myself. It's been a while since I've played, so I can't remember the whole cadence of all the areas. I will absolutely grab this essence, though. Alright, please stop. Alright, click, click, click. And chilled ground on death, cold, chill, and freeze resistant. That's fine. I'm gonna say I don't do cold damage. Yes, Frostblink is technically a cold skill, and we have that tiny little modifier that on the axe that we do a little bitty tiny bit of cold damage. I don't count that. Since it's not our main source of damage, I don't count it. We are a physical damage build right now. Let's swing the hammer, jump out of the way. I'm noticing that it kind of works. Oh, Daunting Jewel is using Hex Blast. That's like my main skill. I'll have to bug her in Discord. Yeah, I have a Discord server. If you guys want to be invited, hit me up on either in the comments or on Twitter. There is a whole channel dedicated to Path of Exile chat. We've got veterans in there. We like to troll. We like to have fun. We give advice. It's very, very good. We also talk about other normal things, but topically to this series, we chat about Path of Exile. I'm going to grab this massive shrine, so this makes me bigger. Like literally, you see I'm physically bigger. We have increased life, area effect, and whoa! Whoa, 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 whoa. And size. I don't know why, but it is what it is. Alright, we got some crimson ore. I'm definitely going to grab this. Swinging my thing. Yeah, I was trying to say, I'm finding more luck if I can get the monsters in a group, kind of like geographically ahead of me instead of being surrounded. So like jumping out of the way, like letting them bunch up, and then frost blinking out of the way. And then throwing the hammer at them seems to be doing the most damage. All right, there's the exit. So I'm gonna go up this way. All right, I'm definitely gonna spend this passive point, although it's just dexterity. And there we go. All right, here's Merveil. You want to check to make sure you're set, you're good. 48% cold resistance, and then we've got the bismuth. You may not have a bismuth flask at this point, since it's all random. Who knows what you have? But I'm going to use it because I got it. All right, we're going to kill her. So when she's warming up her shot is when I'm like frost blinking out of the way. You can also leap slam. Again, it's all about avoidance, right? I'm not doing anything fancy. I'm just literally jumping out of the way so I don't get hit. Or trying to at least. And then she'll come in close for the swing. But if you keep enough distance, she'll do that ice or fire move there. And if I start to get into trouble, I'll hit my bismuth flask. If I can't escape either the ice storms or her shooting. Now, a lot of bosses in this game have multiple phases, and she is no different. Just have to get through. Whoa! Alright, now it's getting real. Now she's Merveil the Twisted. She was Merveil the Siren. And now she's twisted. How come I'm having a really hard time with my axes? Try to stay out of the little tornadoes. Shouldn't have to say that out loud. Alright, a little teleporty action. There's really not much to say right now. Just trying to stay alive. Stay out of that. And I'm just literally dip, duck, dip, and dodge or something. And she should fall real soon. We get an achievement for it.
We stand at death's door.
And
Ladies first, fair Merveil.
probably none of that is any good. Update Spectral Throw and War Banner. And we'll head up here. We can read a damp diary. I don't really want to. And out to the southern forest. And there we are. Find the forest encampment. Now we are in Act 2. Good stuff. When I head back to town, I will get rid of my bismuth flask, probably, because Quicksilver is very, very handy. This game does a very good job at introducing things as you progress through the acts. So we're going to start to see some new game mechanics. It doesn't throw everything at you all at the beginning. These guys are messing me up. Okay, I'm out. I can't. That's bad. But you don't get everything all at once. Otherwise, you would absolutely be terrified to start playing the game, because you'd never be able to get through all of the different game pieces. I think this is Crimson Ore, if I recall. We're going to be great on Crimson Ore, but I really am going to be needing that Aura Column. This is, let's see, I can already see my pink cursor is coming in handy here. This guy is messing me up, dude. Hey. I hate when I have a big fight like that and there's like no reward. Like, man, that was not worth it. Okay, they're firing projectiles at me that I'm not ready for. Apparently, I was able to still get a kill from distance, so we leveled up. Fantastico. I will use this to grab another node of dexterity, just 2 skills away from precise technique. Alright, so now we get to talk to Einhar. He's part of a game mechanic from an early league called the Bestiary. Aramir, gotta talk to him. Grost, just talk to everybody that's got an exclamation point over their head. You can listen to all their stories, I'm sure. I mean, I know for a fact the voice acting is A+, but I just don't have time for it. I've got a greater life flask. Let's take a look at this. 15% chance to gain a flask charge when I do a critical. I will trade this out just because I have 360 health basically on the nose, so I want to keep it. Alright, not quite ready to end the episode here. So, want to travel to the Western Forest, which, as you believe, would be... I can click on this exclamation point, and it'll show me the Western Forest is over to the west. Travel to the Broken Bridge, the forest, or the wetlands. The Western Forest. So I can either go here, here or all the way up here. And I think normally I start by going east, but this time let's change it up, and I'm gonna head west and go to this area over here. And let's go.
Ready, exile? This land is dying.
Right, so with the bestiary, you'll have Einar following you around. When you get to an area where there are, you'll be interacting with this mechanic. Basically, what's going to happen is there are going to be some special monsters that'll spawn in. They'll be designated with special icons on the minimap, actually. And you need to kill them. Einar will help you. He's got a super fast crossbow. But you'll kill them, and then he'll capture them, and then they'll be available for crafting later on. It's a little difficult to explain just in the most basic terms, but you'll see. We were back at town, and I didn't trade out my bismuth flask. That's okay. So right here, there's this yellow icon right here. There are two types of monsters. There's yellow monsters and red ones. The red ones are more rare and harder to kill. And the yellow ones are the opposite of that. A little bit more common and slightly easier. So yeah, I'm just gonna do what I've been doing. See that blue orb? If you see those, get out of the way because that will explode and do damage. Alright, he's almost there. Einar's doing some work. Alright, there's the monster right there. And there. So he's down to 0 HP. Now Einar will go in and he captures them. Doesn't change the fact that you still need to get the HP down to 0, so, you know. Alright, let's start this encounter. Now that I know what it's for, I gotta watch out for these projectiles because they're really kind of doing me dirty. Yeah. I am Chef, hear me roar. Almost there. Good. I don't know if the game, like if your miners get the ore in offline time or if only while you're logged in. If it's while you're offline, that would be pretty swell. Alright, so I'm just going to continue on. Alright, here's another thing. Let's kill this Einar beast first, though. I am not doing any damage to him. This is, oh, wow, he's kind of messing me up. Let me try to kill. Einar, I could use your help, buddy. Fast energy shield blocks attacks. Yeah, this is going to be a problem. You can also try to run away. Sometimes that might help, but I'm literally just holding down my spectral throw key in hopes that I can just mess him up a little bit. He's getting there slowly. Real slowly. Okay. Whew. That was not something I enjoyed. Alright, so this right here is called a breach hand. And we don't really have a great build for it. But I will, or at least in its current iteration, it's not a great build. But I will do this just to show it off. But basically when you step into the area here, there'll be an expanding purple ring. And monsters will be spawning. And they have the potential to drop special breach related items. So let's start this out. There's the purple glow, and all these monsters are from the breach. Ideally, you want to kill these guys quick. If you see any hands, like literally any purple hands on the ground, you will want to interact with those. Those are called breach hands, and they have the better loot for the game mechanic. After time, the breach will close, and you are left with whatever loot is there, and you're good to go. We got another Einhar beast here. Actually, two of them, but one of them's across the bridge, so he's not going to come get me. Actually, it's not a bridge. It's a it's a creek. And Einhar's going to capture that beast. I'm going to jump over here and start messing these guys. Extra life, extra fire damage, and exposure. So I'm going to try to keep my bismuth flask going. I got the other beast. Good. Okay, it's still early game. I need to pick up the Scroll of Wisdom. Oops, I hit the wrong key. I hit my bismuth instead of my quicksilver. It's fine. Alright, we are level 18, and we're in a level 15 area. So yeah, we're a bit over leveled. It's not terrible. Okay, hold on. Extra projectiles. I'm gonna run away. That's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna retreat. Tactfully. Yeah. Retreating. You don't have to fight everything, especially if they are scary. You can run away. There is no shame. Maybe a little shame, but you're not going to get any judgment from me. That's for dang sure. Alright, I'm looking for the next area. I think there's a waypoint here. If we hit a waypoint... There it is. Oh, I just barely got the click done on that to go home. Let's see what we came home with. Nothing great. This will sell for a chromatic orb, and this is completely garbage. I'll use the level up to get to dexterity. Now, one thing about precise technique is it tells you right then and there. You get 40% more attack damage if your accuracy rating is higher than your maximum life. So if I hit C, and I look at my offense, I should see accuracy rating with maybe spectral throw. Accuracy main hand, accuracy rating 288. You can have it on default attack for that. 288. And it says higher than my maximum life. So I'm actually going to need to hold off on getting precise technique unless... Here's another thing. We're using precision. So for demonstration purposes, I'm going to head over to my hideout. Again, you're not going to have a hideout if you're starting fresh, but I do have a hideout, and I'm going to use it just for one thing. Because when you're in your hideout, all of your auras and anything else, you can use all your skills in your hideout, but you can't do it at home. So that's why this is good. You can test to see what your actual in-battle figures are without having to be in battle. So you can see my precision aura is active, and now my main hand accuracy rating is 466, and I've got 381 life. So as long as my accuracy rating is higher than my life, I will be doing 40% extra damage once I allocate precise technique. I'm not there yet. I don't have it yet, but that's just how that works. And the trade-off is you're not doing critical strikes, but it's in some ways better to rely on steady damage versus, you know, the unknown of having to do critical strikes. We've got some chromatic orbs. It might be worth it for me to try to actually just get a better axe. I think that's the main thing, is get something a little better than this, then spend a tiny little bit of currency if I have to get the right color slots on it. Honestly, I could probably go on the PvP or the player to player P2P trading site with this one alchemy orb and find an axe that would be a massive upgrade, because it's such a low level. But we're not going to do that. Not going to worry about it. Not going to talk about it. What we are going to talk about is that it is the end of the episode, and I want to thank you so much for joining me. If you found this to be useful, helpful, or funny, consider hitting the like button. I like it when you do that, but I also like recording this series, and I'm having a really good time, and I hope that you're finding it helpful or just insightful or just decent background noise to have on while you're doing other things around the house. Yep, that's going to be it for me this time, and I will see you later. Bye.